How do you do? I'm Kinew, and I'm running to be your premier so we can fix healthcare and lower costs for your family. This year in Manitoba, your vote counts for so much, because your vote can fix healthcare, your vote can make life more affordable, but perhaps most importantly, your vote can change the government here in Manitoba. You have got a very clear choice in this election, especially when it comes to emergency rooms. You've got the PCs who want to close emergency rooms, and you've got the Manitoba NDP who wants to staff up emergency rooms and build more of them. In this election, you have a choice. And after 7 years, more than 7 years, of Brian Pallister and Heather Stefanson, I think Manitobans are clear that they want to choose a new government. And our team is going to be running hard over the next 28 days to earn your vote. Think about everything we've been through for the past 7+ years. All the wage freezes, all the sacrifices that the government never matched with commitment from their side of the ledger. Think about the cuts to emergency rooms and the cuts to healthcare under Brian Pallister and Heather Stefanson. Well, on October 3rd, you get a chance to have your say. You get a chance to reject the past 7 years of the PCs and to say, we want a government in Manitoba that brings people together. We want a government in Manitoba that invests in healthcare, and we want a government in Manitoba that lowers costs for families. Now, Heather Stefanson wants you to think that we can't fix healthcare. This is the #1 priority of Manitobans. She wants us to think that the best that she can do is the best that we can do. But we know that healthcare can be fixed. We know that our public healthcare system in Manitoba is worth fighting for. And that's why we've put together a strong plan and a strong team that is going to staff up our healthcare system and build new ERs at the Victoria, Concordia, Seven Oaks, and Eriksdale hospitals. It is a great honor to be able to run, to serve you, the people of Manitoba. Each and every member of our team feels the same way. And so we want to begin this campaign by saying thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. And thank you for hearing us out. Thank you for listening to our proposals to staff up healthcare by hiring more nurses and doctors. Thank you for listening to our proposals to put money back in the pockets of the working class by freezing hydro rates and by cutting the gas tax while inflation remains high. Now, we are going to be asking for your vote come October 3rd. And we know that Manitobans are sick of what they've been getting with the PCs. And so it's time for us to come together and work together this year to change the government here in Manitoba. I want to thank Lloyd Axworthy for his letter that he shared. I think he's speaking on behalf of what many Manitobans are feeling right now, which is that we need to work together this year in order to change the government here in Manitoba. And I want to thank each and every one of these candidates for putting your name on a ballot and for stepping up to serve the people in this province. So it's with great gratitude and also great humility that I'm asking for your vote this year so that we can have better health care, more affordable quality of life, and that we can change the government here in this province. Thank you so much. And with that dramatic pause, I'll invite any questions that people may have here.
Any reaction to the PC leaders' pledge today to cut the basic income tax rate on the bottom bracket from 10.8% to 5.4% over 4 years?
I think we all know that Heather Stefanson is trying to hang on to her job. She's worried about her own paycheck. Seems pretty desperate. I mean, this government brought in a budget just a few months ago, and if they thought this was such a great idea, why didn't they put it in their budget? People in Manitoba are suffering right now. People in Manitoba are dealing with high costs right now. If the PCs thought this was a good idea, why didn't they help you out earlier this year? Why are they waiting until after an election? We'll keep an open mind about this proposal, but to be honest, it seems like this one was just drawn up on the back of a napkin. And so for our team, if we're given the great opportunity to serve you, the people of Manitoba, if this is a real proposal that the Department of Finance has actually considered, then of course we will do the right thing, because we're all about saving you money. But at this stage, in the last bit, Hail Mary to try and hang on to power, it just looks a little desperate coming from Heather Stefanson.
Do you believe that there are some changes needed to personal income tax system in Manitoba?
Well, our team is running on a broad middle-class tax cut. We're going to save you money by cutting the gas tax. No more games being played with different levels of government, as you've seen with Heather Stefanson and the PCs. We're going to save you money immediately upon taking office. And plus, we want to freeze hydro rates as well. And so certainly, anytime there's a proposal, whether it's coming from the community or it's coming from business that would help the economy or help people save money, we'll give it due consideration. But we're laying out these concrete steps that we're going to undertake right away to help you and your family. And by the way, when you talk to Manitobans, they tell you their number one priority is fixing healthcare. And that starts with staffing up the healthcare system, and that's where our plan starts too.
The Premier says 10 days, if re-elected, 10 days into office, she would direct Hydro to remove the federal carbon tax. She says she's got a new legal opinion. I would like to get you to respond to that if you could.
Why is the Premier coming up with all these good ideas right on the verge of an election, allegedly? You know? Why is the Premier holding off on these steps if they would actually make a difference in your life? The Premier brought in a budget just a few months ago. You know, she could have brought these proposals forward at that time. You have had the PCs in power for more than 7 years, 2 terms. Anything good that they were going to do, they would have already done. And I think Manitobans know it's time for a change. So if there are proposals that would help the average family, we'll give them due consideration. But we know what your family is asking for right now is help to staff up the healthcare system, help to ensure that the emergency room near you is open, and of course some common sense measures to help you with a more affordable quality of life.
Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's doable? Because you said the Premier is coming up with good ideas now, so do you think...
Allegedly. What I'm getting at is that the Premier is floating all sorts of ideas now that there's an election campaign that's been called. The Premier has been in office for years. Your family has been suffering through a period of high inflation. If they had ideas to help, why are they waiting until now? Anything good that the PCs would have done, they should have already taken action on. So it's time for a change here in Manitoba. So again, if there are common sense proposals, we'll give them due consideration. But these last minute flyers that the PCs are sending out seem like pretty desperate moves coming on the day of the election being called. And again, the PCs can keep trying to pick these fights with other levels of government. What our team is going to do is we're going to say no more games. And we're going to cut through all that political noise and take these common sense steps like freezing hydro rates and cutting the gas tax to save you and your family money.
Pledge to balance the budget by 2025. What year would you balance the budget by if you were elected?
The Premier of Manitoba seems pretty desperate. Seems like there are plans being drawn up on envelopes and napkins and whatever is within reach of the PC party campaign team. The reality is this government brought in a budget within the past few months and they had no plan to balance the books. Now, if the fiscal situation in Manitoba has changed that much, in the last few months, then we'll be able to balance the budget more quickly too. Our team came out first with a plan to balance the books within 1 term. It's very important to us. But here's the key thing, and this is the key difference between the PCs and us. We're going to balance the budget while investing in healthcare. They're going to do it by cutting hospitals and closing emergency rooms. The same thing that they've been doing for the entirety of their 7 years in office.
Vous avez fait beaucoup d'annonces pour la ville de Winnipeg. Si on est du rural et de ces urgences et de ces sacs d'urgence.
De quelle annonce que tu parles?
Les sacs d'urgence pour Concordia, pour à l'hôpital Saint-Boniface et ce genre de choses-là, mais quoi pour le rural ou le...
Ericsdale. Ericsdale. Oui.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il en est pour le rural, entre les lacs ou encore South-Est
Oh, Ericsdale est une communauté au nord de Winnipeg, quelques heures au nord. Et puis c'est une communauté avec beaucoup de défis, avec les conservateurs. Et puis toujours, on voit que le salle d'urgence à Carberry était fermé juste la dernière fin de semaine. Alors aujourd'hui, je dirais la même chose que j'ai dit la semaine passée et que je fais une promesse au niveau personnel qu'on va sauver cette salle d'urgence à Carberry aussi. Alors notre équipe, c'est une équipe pour tout le Manitoba, soit ceux qui habitent aux communautés rurales ou ici à Winnipeg. Nous travaillons pour vous.
We've had court decisions. I just want to go back to this. So I'll continue the dead horse here story.
Yeah.
But do you think that the Manitoba can unilaterally remove the carbon tax?
I'm not going to litigate the back of the envelope proposals of a desperate premier who's trying to hang on to her job. We all know that Premier Heather Stefanson is just trying to save her own paycheck. This team has a common sense plan to save you money. There's not going to be any legal opinions necessary when we cut the gas tax or we freeze hydro rates. We're just going to do it so that we can take common sense steps to put money back in the pockets of the working person like you. And when we invest in healthcare, we're not going to have to search around for a court case. We're just going to go looking for the nurses and the doctors so that they can be there to take care of you and your family when times are tough. And so our plan really just comes down to investing in healthcare, and it comes down to saving you money. Healthcare for your family when times are tough, more resources in your pocket so you can enjoy the good times too.
One of your taglines here is about healthcare. One of the PC taglines is, "We're more alike than you think." What do you think of that one?
Heather Stefanson is trying to divide Manitobans. And, you know, she wants to march in the Pride Parade, but then turn people against trans kids. There's all sorts of division and rhetoric coming from their side. Our side is about building one Manitoba. We want to literally build Manitoba, new emergency rooms, highways, investments that put people to work, put more money in your pocket. But we also want to build one Manitoba in the sense that we know that regardless of which community you come from, regardless of how you choose to live your life, that we're all in this together, that we're going to embody the spirit of unity and positivity that Manitobans know is the future of this province.
Other times, do you see any issues with the provincial government ordering banks to stop collecting carbon taxes?
The Premier is desperate to hang on to her job. And if there were validity to the measures that she is proposing today, she should have put them in her budget this year. That would have saved you, the people of Manitoba, money. And instead, apparently, the PCs have been holding back and letting you deal with inflation all summer long. Doesn't sound like they're on your side. Sounds like Heather Stefanson is only looking out for herself. And so for our team, we want to save you money. No more games. Let's just take common sense steps to put money back in your pocket. We're going to do that by freezing electricity rates, save you money on your hydro bill, keep Manitoba Hydro public, and of course, we're going to cut the gas tax. Save you 14 cents a liter every single time you gas up.
Do you think it makes sense to remove the carbon tax from natural gas sales?
I think that it makes sense for Manitobans to vote in a new government this October 3rd.
Can you please answer that?
Anything good that the PCs would have done up until now, they would have done. They've had 2 terms in office. The idea that the PCs have been holding out on a secret stash of measures that could help you during a period of high inflation, it just shows they're only thinking about themselves. They're just playing games. What our team is saying is no more games. We want to help you out right now during your time of need in the areas where you need them, which is in fixing healthcare and in lowering the costs that you face every week and every month.
I'll repeat my question. You didn't answer it. Mr. Kinew, do you think it makes sense to remove the carbon tax from natural gas sales on Manitoba Hydro?
If Heather Stefanson had good ideas to save you money, she should have brought them forward already. Our team is all about saving you money. So if there are real proposals within the Department of Finance right now that could help you and your family, absolutely we will consider them. We're not going to rule them out. However, at this stage, we know the concrete things, the most direct ways to save you money are to cut the gas tax. That saves you 14 cents a liter every single time you go to the pump. To freeze hydroelectricity bills, because that saves you money each and every month. These bills keep piling up. While Heather Stefanson has been holding out on you, our team has been working hard to hear your concerns and to identify your needs. And that's why we have a real plan to save you money.
From natural gas sales, yes or no?
I don't think it makes sense for Heather Stefanson to hold back on measures that she now says could save you money. If these were real legit policy proposals that could have helped you out during this period of high inflation, then what have the PCs been waiting for? They've had 2 terms in office, and what have we gotten? The bills keep piling up. Things feel unsafer on our streets under their watch, and your health care keeps getting cut and cut and cut. We know this has to change, and that's why this year we're very proud, but at the same time, with a lot of humility, asking for your vote so we can get to work fixing healthcare and so that we can put money back in your pocket, the pocket of the working class.
Well, unless he wants to answer that question.
Well, I just want to repeat the note of gratitude. We have so much to be thankful for. Everyone on our team is very lucky in our lives. We've been blessed with opportunity, with family, with friends, and we're blessed to live in this great province of Manitoba. And during this election, we have the chance to share our ideas and to ask for your support. And for that, we are extremely grateful to you, the people of Manitoba. And on a personal level, you know, this building was part of the University of Winnipeg expansion, where the University of Winnipeg expanded 35% in terms of square footage and yet became Kyoto compliant, did more than its share to help fight climate change. And that project, that genesis, was under the leadership of Lloyd Axworthy. So I also want to thank Lloyd for weighing in today, because I think Dr. Axworthy is saying what a lot of Manitobans are thinking right now, which is that we got to work together this year in order to change government here in Manitoba. And so what I hope is that Dr. Axworthy's letter will be read by Manitobans, whether you voted Liberal or NDP or Green in the past. And I hope that folks like that will hear us out, hear our plans to fix healthcare and make your life more affordable, and do consider voting for us on October 3rd, because we want to make life better together. Right on. Thank you again.